On August 1st, 1953, the United States Congress announced House Concurrent Resolution 108, a bill to abrogate nation-to-nation treaties, which had been made with American Indian nations for as long as the grass grows and the rivers flow. The announcement called for the eventual termination of all tribes and the immediate termination of 5 tribes, including the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa. My grandfather, Patrick Gorno, fought against termination as tribal chairman while working as a night watchman. He hardly slept, like my character Thomas Wajashk. This book is fiction, but all the same, I have tried to be faithful to my grandfather's extraordinary life. Any failures are my own. Other than Thomas and the Turtle Mountain jewel-bearing plant, the only other major character who resembles anyone alive or dead is Senator Arthur V. Watkins, relentless pursuer of native dispossession and the man who interrogated my grandfather. Pixie, or excuse me, Patrice, is completely fictional. September 1953. Turtle Mountain jewel-bearing plant. Thomas Wajashk removed his thermos from his armpit and set it on the steel desk alongside his scuffed briefcase. His work jacket went on the chair, his lunchbox on the cold windowsill. When he took off his padded tractor hat, a crabapple fell from the ear flap. A gift from his daughter, Fee. He caught the apple and put it out on the desktop to admire, then punched his time card, midnight. He picked up the keyring, a company flashlight, and walked the perimeter of the main floor. In this quiet, always quiet, expanse, Turtle Mountain women spent their days leaning into the hard light of their task lamps. The women pasted micro-thin slices of ruby, sapphire, or the lesser jewel, garnet, onto thin, upright spindles in preparation for drilling. The jewel bearings would be used in Defense Department ordnance and in Bulova watches. This was the first time there had ever been manufacturing jobs near the reservation, and women filled most of these coveted positions. They had scored much higher on tests for manual dexterity. The government attributed their focus to Indian blood and training in Indian beadwork. Thomas thought it was their sharp eyes. The women of his tribe could spear you with a glance. He'd been lucky to get his own job. He was smart and honest, but he wasn't young and skinny anymore. He got the job because he was reliable, and he knocked himself out to do all that he did as perfectly as he could do it. He made his inspections with a rigid thoroughness. As he moved along, he checked the drilling room, tested every lock, flipped the lights on and off. At one point, to keep his blood flowing, he did a short fancy dance, then threw in a Red River jig. Refreshed, he stepped through the reinforced doors of the acid washing room, with its rows of numbered beakers, pressure dial, hose, sink, and washing stations. He checked the offices, the green and white tiled bathrooms, and ended up back at the machine shop. His desk pooled with light from the defective lamp that he had rescued and repaired for himself, so that he could read, write, cogitate, and from time to time slap himself awake. Thomas was named for the muskrat, Wajashk, the lowly, hard-working, water-loving rodent. Muskrats were everywhere on the slough-dotted reservation. Their small, supple forms slipped busily through water at dusk, continually perfecting their burrows and eating, how they loved to eat, practically anything growing or moving in a slough. Although the Wajashkug were numerous and ordinary, they were also crucial. In the beginning, after the Great Flood, it was a muskrat who had helped remake the earth. In that way, as it turned out, Thomas was perfectly named.